Focus, the word itself carries weight, a quiet power that shapes destinies and transforms ordinary moments into extraordinary triumphs. Throughout history, the ability to concentrate on a single goal, a single vision, has propelled individuals from the depths of obscurity to the heights of greatness. Yet in a world filled with constant distractions, where information bombards us from every direction and our attention is pulled this way and that, focus becomes not just a tool, but a rare treasure. Today, let's journey through a story that embodies this truth, a tale woven from determination, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of a dream. Imagine a young boy named Arjun, born in a small village nestled among rolling hills and lush fields. His family, though loving, struggled to make ends meet. The world around him was peaceful, but opportunities were scarce. His father tilled the land from dawn till dusk, and his mother stitched clothes for neighbors. Arjun spent his days running barefoot along dusty roads, his mind filled with curious questions and wild dreams. Among all the uncertainty that marked his life, one thing remained constant: his fascination with archery. Arjun's first encounter with a bow and arrow was accidental. He discovered an old, battered bow in the attic, left behind by a distant relative. It was crude, the string frayed, the wood splintered. Yet when Arjun held it in his hands, something awakened inside him. He fashioned arrows from sticks and spent hours each day aiming at makeshift targets. A pile of hay, a painted rock, a spot on a tree. With every shot, he imagined himself as a legendary archer, his arrows flying true, his skills unmatched. The village elders often watched him with bemused smiles. "He'll grow out of it," they would say. But Arjun did not waver. As the years passed, his focus sharpened. While other children played games or chased butterflies, Arjun practiced relentlessly. Rain or shine, he stood outside, bow in hand, eyes locked on his target. He read every book he could find on archery, studied the flight of birds, and learned to listen to the wind. His hands grew calloused, his arms strong, and his aim precise. Despite his dedication, life was not easy. His family's hardships weighed heavily on him. Sometimes there was not enough food on the table, and his parents worried about his future. "Why spend so much time with that bow?" his mother asked gently. "You should help your father in the fields." Arjun understood their concern, but he felt a pull stronger than any doubt. He promised himself that one day his talent would bring honor and perhaps prosperity to his family. One afternoon, news spread through the village. A grand archery tournament would be held in the nearby city. The best archers from every region would compete, and the winner would be awarded a scholarship to a prestigious academy. For Arjun, this was the chance of a lifetime. He approached his father, heart pounding, and explained his dream. His father hesitated, aware of the costs and risks, but seeing the fire in his son's eyes, he finally agreed. With his family's blessing, Arjun set out for the city. The journey was long and arduous, and he arrived with little more than hope and his old bow. The tournament grounds buzzed with excitement. Archers from wealthy families displayed their gleaming equipment and fine clothes. Arjun felt out of place, but he remembered why he had come. He found a quiet corner, closed his eyes, and focused on the task ahead. The competition began, and one by one, archers took their shots. Arjun watched closely, learning from their technique and composure. When his turn came, a hush fell over the crowd. He stepped forward, his heart steady, his mind clear. He drew his bow, aimed, and released. The arrow flew with perfect precision, striking the center of the target. Gasps of surprise rippled through the spectators. Round after round, Arjun's focus never wavered. He ignored the noise, the murmurs about his humble origins, and the doubts whispered by others. His eyes saw nothing but the target. His mind held nothing but the path of the arrow. By the final round, only two competitors remained, Arjun and the city's reigning champion, a boy named Ravi, whose family had trained him for years. The last challenge was the most difficult yet, a moving target swinging high above the ground. Ravi went first, his arrow missing by a fraction. Now all eyes turned to Arjun. He inhaled deeply, feeling every sound fade away. In that moment, it was just him, his bow, and the target. He visualized the arrow's path, trusted his training, and let go. The arrow soared, tracing a perfect arc, and struck the bullseye. The crowd erupted in cheers. Arjun stood quietly, his face calm, his eyes shining. He had won, not just the tournament, but the respect of all who witnessed his unwavering focus. The judges awarded him the scholarship, and his family's struggles eased with the opportunities that followed. Years later, Arjun became one of the greatest archers of his generation, but he never forgot the lesson that had brought him this far. What made Arjun's success possible? It was not just talent, nor was it luck. It was his ability to focus, to devote himself wholly to a single purpose. In every moment of practice, in every challenge faced, and in every doubt overcome, focus was the thread that held his dream together. The power of focus is not limited to archery or to Arjun's story. It is a universal principle, a key that unlocks excellence in every field. Consider the scientist who spends decades unraveling the mysteries of the universe, the artist whose brushstrokes reveal worlds, the entrepreneur whose vision builds empires. All are united by their capacity to concentrate, to filter out distractions, and to pursue their goals with unwavering commitment. Yet focus is not always easy to attain. In our own lives, we encounter countless obstacles: fear of failure, the lure of comfort, the opinions of others. It is tempting to spread ourselves thin, to chase multiple dreams, to abandon our path at the first sign of difficulty. But true success demands a different approach. It requires us to choose our purpose, to dedicate ourselves fully, and to persist even when the journey is hard. Focus is more than just attention. It is a form of discipline. It means saying no to the things that do not serve our goal, even when they are tempting or convenient. It means investing our time, energy, and resources in what matters most. It means being present, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. When we focus, we give ourselves the gift of clarity. A clear mind, a clear heart, a clear vision. Let's reflect on another story, drawn from the world of sports. Consider the legendary basketball player Michael Jordan. Early in his career, Jordan faced setbacks and criticism. He was cut from his high school team, told he wasn't good enough. Many would have given up, but Jordan's response was different. He honed his skills with relentless focus. He practiced day and night, visualized every move, and pushed past pain and fatigue. His focus became his superpower, enabling him to rise above the competition and become one of the greatest athletes of all time. Or think of Marie Curie, the pioneering scientist who devoted her life to understanding radioactivity. Her research required painstaking attention, endless hours in the laboratory, and the courage to face skepticism from a male-dominated field. Curie's focus led her to groundbreaking discoveries, 2 Nobel Prizes, and a legacy that transformed science forever. These stories remind us that focus is not just about achieving personal success, it is about making a lasting impact. When we concentrate our efforts, we create ripples that extend far beyond ourselves. We inspire others, solve problems, and change the world. But how do we cultivate focus in our own lives? It begins with intention. First, we must identify what truly matters to us. What is the goal that excites us, that makes us come alive? Once we have clarity, we set boundaries. We choose to prioritize our time, limit distractions, and create routines that support our purpose. Next, we practice mindfulness. Focus is strengthened by presence, the ability to be fully engaged in the moment. This means quieting the noise of the outside world, letting go of worries about the future and regrets about the past. Through meditation, deep breathing, and reflection, we can train our minds to stay centered. We also embrace persistence. Focus is not a one-time effort, it is a daily choice. There will be days when motivation wanes, when setbacks threaten our progress. In those moments, we remember Arjun, Michael Jordan, Marie Curie, and countless others who refused to give up. We recommit to our goal, trusting that every small step brings us closer. Finally, we celebrate progress. Focus is fueled by positive reinforcement. When we achieve milestones, no matter how small, we acknowledge our growth. We reflect on what we have learned and use that knowledge to refine our approach. Success becomes a journey, not a destination. Let's return to Arjun, now older and wiser, sharing his story with the next generation. He tells them of the days spent practicing in solitude, of the doubts that haunted him, and of the moment when focus turned defeat into victory. He reminds them that greatness is not reserved for the privileged or the lucky. It belongs to those who are willing to give their whole heart to their purpose. He encourages them to find their own bow and arrow, to seek out the goal that sets their soul on fire. He teaches them that focus is not about perfection, but about persistence. It is about showing up day after day, even when the results are slow to appear. It is about trusting the process, believing in oneself, and never losing sight of what matters. The lesson of focus echoes in every story of success, in every dream fulfilled. It is the silent force that turns vision into reality, hope into achievement. In a world that seeks to distract and divide, focus is our anchor. It grounds us, guides us, and empowers us to rise above the ordinary. So as you listen to this story, ask yourself, what is the target you are aiming for? What is the dream that calls to you, even when the world is noisy and the path unclear? Focus is within your reach. It does not require special talent or perfect circumstances, only the willingness to choose your goal, to commit to your journey, and to resist the distractions that threaten to pull you away. Remember Arjun's journey, the quiet courage that kept him steadfast, the discipline that sharpened his aim, and the triumph that rewarded his perseverance. Let his story inspire you to focus on what matters most, to pursue your dreams with unwavering resolve, and to trust that in the end, focus creates success. As you move forward, carry this truth with you. Every great achievement begins with a single moment of focus. Every challenge can be overcome by the power of concentrated effort. And every dream, no matter how distant, can be reached if you hold your vision steady, block out the noise, and aim with purpose. Focus is the bridge between possibility and reality. It is the spark that lights the fire of ambition, the compass that guides us through uncertainty, and the engine that drives us toward greatness. Choose your target, focus your mind, and let your actions speak for your dreams. Success awaits those who dare to focus, and with every step, you bring your vision closer to life.